But I also want to quickly speak about the pro-Hamas activists who are trying to deprive Australian children of the chance to celebrate Christmas. Christmas is a magical time for kids all over the world. Joy, sparkle, hope, and yes, presents. Well, over the weekend, there were ugly scenes in Melbourne where pro-Palestinian protesters hijacked the opening day of the Myer Christmas Windows, even though the official event had to be cancelled. Do you think there's going to be a day we don't have to deal with this every single weekend? And now the pro-Palestinian extremists are saying that children in Australia can't be happy because children in Gaza are suffering.
Oh my God, the Myer Windows unveiling has been cancelled. You know what else has been cancelled? Tens of thousands of Palestinians. If you care more about the windows than Palestinian kids, then that says something about you, not protesters.
Another activist, Sarah Saylor, said, and I quote, "Oh, you want to celebrate Christmas but ignore the massacres happening in the lands where Jesus was from." Well, this demand that Australian children be deprived of joy because of a war thousands of kilometres away is disgraceful. As activist Drew Pavlo responded, they would never ever demand Muslims not observe important religious holidays. They never demand the UNMA suspend Eid celebrations over the imprisonment of 1 million Uyghur Muslims. They only attack Christian and Jewish religious holidays. If these activists truly cared about Palestinian children, then on October 8, 2023, they wouldn't have celebrated the massacre in Israel. Instead, they would have demanded that Hamas release our innocent hostages. They would have demanded that Hamas release the hostages, lay down arms, and stop attacking Israel. This would have not only been the right thing to do, but it also would have avoided further Palestinian suffering. But they didn't demand this. In my view, they don't truly care about the Palestinian cause because they don't say a word when footage emerges of Hamas mistreatment and torturing of Palestinians, or when the Channel 12 Israeli journalist went into Gaza and interviewed dozens of Palestinians who spoke of how Hamas had ruined their lives, taken away their sons and destroyed their families. Here's that footage. Extraordinary reporting there, and I had the journalist on my show on Thursday who went into Gaza and interviewed those Palestinians. But not a word from any of the pro-Palestinian activists about Hamas is truly ruining the lives of Palestinians, and it has been doing so for over 400 days. Well, and actually 17 years before that too. These activists only protest because it's against Israel, against Jews. And now they want to ruin the joy of Christmas for Australian children. Now, many families have an annual tradition of visiting department stores to see the beautiful Christmas display in the window. These are memories they'll have for a lifetime, traditions they'll continue with their own children and grandchildren. Families catch the train to go into the city and have a beautiful day out. But now this was cancelled thanks to that angry mob of Israel haters. Well, Ray Hadley performed an epic spray against Albanese over all of this on Friday morning. I was cheering in my car while listening, and here's some of his strongest comments.
Anthony Albanese, I didn't think you'd be as low as a snake's belly, but I think you're pretty low at the moment. And Penny Wong's right behind you. He is the worst Prime Minister we've ever had. The worst. Throw all of them in. Malcolm Fraser, Gough Whitlam, go through the list, whoever you like. He's the worst Prime Minister we've ever had by the length of the straight.
And the Australian public can see very clearly what's happening here. How a rabid mob is trying to destroy the joy of Christmas here in Australia, and how Albanese is too weak to stand up to any of them because he's putting politics over the right of kids to enjoy Christmas in peace.